tamale.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time.
No, 100%. And you gotta, come over and support your own. And it's good to see that. And that's the big question of like, even for the team, it's like, how do we get more fans, more eyes, more this, more culture, more
Yeah.
cultura? And so the fact that you came with it naturally and just as it should, right? Like I guess
You're an example that it can happen.
yeah, it can happen
Literally.
100%. Like
It can for
yeah,
sure.
like that's
Yeah.
fantastic, man. But what we kind of want to just start on a little bit is
Yeah.
Miguel. Like, what have you heard of or seen in these last two games? It's been rainy here in San Diego. Un juego con brisa, un juego con lluvia, a little bit here and there. Like
Un
it's a bit
poquito.
different. It's a bit different. The weather here, especially for loyal games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, besides the product on the field, it's been pretty decent. I've noticed some positive changes in the stadium side of it. Uh, a couple things, from from 109. I'm sure Chiba probably doesn't agree with this too much, but security got a lot better, especially during the Phoenix one.
Mm.
Um, I know
Mm.
they're not letting anybody in the stadium. They're not letting anybody
Mm.
in.
Don't let
Pero,
anyone down in the field either.
but no, it's like the last couple of years, I mean, we've kind of had to like police ourselves when it comes to like, the away fans, like Phoenix and now the Roots and stuff like that. They've been getting they're coming down, they're strong, they're rowdy. Um this past weekend, good thing you mentioned that Remy's an imposing figure because he was actually one of our security guys, right? Like we kind of started,
Right.
policing ourselves a little bit because we just weren't seeing that,
Yeah.
especially from the security. But I mean, this past weekend, they had two guys up there that were working really hard. They were on top of it. So besides the security portion of it, that's been going pretty good. Um, I feel like 109 is a little more energetic than it was before. The drums are sounding fantastic.
Mhm.
The practice has been going great, but there's still a few things that we have to work on. Especially with some of the newer chants that we're trying to get people acclimated to. Um, just kind of trying to reintroduce all that new type of atmosphere that we're trying to get going in 109.
So it's 2 games in compared to maybe last season. Do you feel like this is a step in the right direction where we want 109 to be for this season?
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's the step is in the right direction. We still have a lot of work to do. I mean, we have to make sure that everybody gets involved. I mean, that's the only thing, right? We want to make sure that all the right people get involved. Um, I mean, we already know what our group can bring, but even some people in our group too. We need to make sure that everybody just gets energetic. Everybody's always out there trying to give 110%. Because a couple things, right? We want to make sure that we provide that kind of atmosphere not only for the fans, but we want to show everybody else at home that's watching on TV that hey, man, we mean business.
So with that, like something that I'll definitely say is that there's two chants that are new this season, and one of them that I've already said I really like, right,
Yes,
is
sir.
what Kevin came up with. From what I
Mhm.
understand, is the Booyaka Booyaka 619, the intro
Yeah,
song
Yeah.
to Rey Mysterio.
You should have seen
Yeah.
this guy.
I
Like
was so
when he
hyped.
first heard it last
You
week,
like
he literally like stopped. He said, "That's a fucking great
Great
chant."
chant,
Like
straight
hey,
up.
that shit hit? It
it
hits.
hits.
It
Yeah,
hits,
Yeah,
man. It does. It
and
does.
it's one of those things that it works both ways. And so one of my necessarily criticisms maybe, but depending who hears it and how they interpret it, it's criticism. I'm talking shit. Look at us. But some of the new chants that are also in this year, just and in general with the chavos, is like they're obviously in Spanish because that's the cultura, that's who we are, that's what they are.
mm,
But the non-Spanish speaking folks tend to have a lot of struggles with being able to follow those or learn those, right? So you're asking people who don't speak the language to not only remember the lyrics, remember this, but you're asking them to do it in a completely separate language from their own, so that brings
yeah.
barriers to that. So what's kind of like what's a solution? Because I'll be honest, some of the chavos chants are a little wordy. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see the lyrics, I'll see this, the juntos, and we'll get to it in a little bit. Like that one's I really love because that one is something that it's easy, it's palatable, people can understand it, that and people can like juntos. Like they'll do
Yeah.
like that one. Like juntos
say it.
together.
It
They'll
just
know together.
it's
It does
it's just
sound crazy.
that
Uh,
part sounds a little weird.
So
I know.
okay, so let's get into it, right? So juntos together. Like
Together.
juntos literally translates to
Together.
together. Great.
Together.
But
Yeah.
there has been some confusion, right, guys? This is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. No, there's a little bit of confusion. I mean, like when you hear like different languages and stuff like that, you try to kind of relate it to your own, to your kind of your own language, your own main language in your brain, right? And juntos does sound very familiar to a word that a lot of English speaking people are known. They know because of the negativity when that comes to it, right? It's not just in in San Diego, but it also came with the whole Mexico thing, with the chants. So it's an automatic association, even though it can sound a little different coming from a big crowd of people, but we know that that's not it. So I don't know if that's something we're gonna have to address this year, or something we could bring up in future chant sessions, but we might make a little slight modification to that, or we might just continue on with it and just kind of power through it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, like in that Buyaka chant, man, that like when I first heard it, it was like, oh man, like I mean, I'm a big WWE fan too, man.
Hell yeah.
I used to, I used to love watching. I mean, from WWF all the way up until the Raw era and all that stuff.
Hell yeah.
But the Buyaka chant is actually like it's a good reset, because we go for like we go Buyaka Buyaka 619 Buyaka Buyaka San Diego and all that stuff, and then in the middle it's just like a nice drum session, and it gives people it gives people time to reset. It gives people time to like, okay, rest their voice a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I know Remy was like he was going hard on that one.
I was going hard, brother. I go hard. Mames.
El Remy es el
Ya
que
ves.
está en la peda y dice, están tomando todos cerveza y el Remy dice, ¿qué pedo? ¿Unos shots o
Qué
qué?
pedo.
Remy, true? Truth to the statement?
Sometimes
Ah,
you
I
gotta
knew
take
it.
shots, bro.
I knew it.
Es el de la
Who was
fiesta.
Es el
telling
chivarmano, vato.
Hell yeah.
Somebody was telling me they were finding little shot glasses under 109, but I don't know whose they are.
Fucking
Oh,
Remy,
that was-
bro.
That was not me.
Yeah,
Okay,
damn,
I believe
Remy.
Remy. I stand with Remy.
I believe him too.
I believe you. I
That was
believe
not
you.
me. If it was me, you would have had a shot with me.
Fue el
No,
Nick Duffy. Nah, es cierto.
No, güey. Si no te llega el de seguridad, te dice,
Pero- But to kind of go back to your point about the whole like chants and stuff like that, like I do appreciate the fact that sometimes like people that don't know Spanish too well, that they're trying to learn it.
yeah.
Mhm.
They're trying to pick it up. And I
Yeah.
mean, there's like one of my favorite songs for the chavos is La Banda, Somos la banda que está loca. Yeah,
Mhm.
that one is super wordy, but man, it when people get going on it, when people start singing it, the beat starts going, it's a good one, man. And I'm appreciative of the fact that they're allowing us to, or not. Well, I'm appreciative of the fact that they're able to try to sing that song. And I mean, I'm kind of, if anybody ever wants to practice, or if anybody needs more explanation about what the song is or how to pronounce, just come ask us, man. We'll help you out.
Don't be afraid to do that. No, 100%. Because again,
Yeah,
that's
for
where
sure.
you meet people halfway.
For sure.
The thing about 109 is that there's obviously more than 99% of people speak English. Even if they speak like they go into a school and they have a sandwich with a spray, they still end up knowing and they're speaking the language. But
Mhm.
the other way is not as common. So it's incumbent of them to come over and be like, hey, this, as well as, if you're, representing chavos here and saying, hey, come and speak to us, then do that. Like, don't just expect everything to be handed to you. Like, this is, we are not from a culture that loves handouts. We're not from, the type of people that are like, just sit on your hands and this, because then you're just a wet one.
Oh, we put in the work.
And the worst thing that I think any of us can be called like is a one, and that's not something that is really part of our culture, because
Mhm.
we're hardworking individuals, and we will put everything on the line, and just come over and get to know the people that are there. And you never know, you might find a friend, you might find a translation that's easier. ¿Sabes qué? Si
You might
dices,
find a culture that you fall in love with.
a culture. You might find una muchachita, ¿sabes qué?
Una
Una
jainita.
jainita, estás ahí, ¿sabes qué?
Van a invitar la
¿Sabes
quinceañera.
qué?
Sí, güey.
Maybe the other way, you're looking for a vato, you see Remy, and it's like, oh, la,
There
la,
you
la,
go.
like,
There you go.
which, because I mean,
Hey.
El
obviously,
Remy, el Remy.
It's the culture that keeps on giving.
I mean, obviously, because we can't,
Yes, it is.
Miguel, first of all, like, just not first of all, just congratulations.
Yep,
Obviously,
yes,
you're
sir. Yeah.
you're locked and loaded. You're
Congrats,
all dead.
brother.
Congratulations! Announced that you are having yourself a child. That's all. Fist bump.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how it
that's
should
a
be.
great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Did it. It's-
excited.
Well,
That's
Sí
right.
se pudo. Sí
Se
se
pudo.
pudo.
Sí
Sí
se
se
pudo.
Sí se
Hey, tranquilos,
Yeah,
hey,
brother.
it's not, it's pudo, sí se pudo.
Sí se pudo.
Se pudo.
Juntos,
Juntos.
together,
Juntos.
none of the things.
Trucos. Puntos.
No, but
Tres
I mean,
puntos.
how did it sound from you guys? Like from the field, did it sound?
Well, we speak Spanish, so it sounded like
Oh, no,
juntos.
you guys got it. Okay.
Yeah, and then you said together, so we.
Yeah,
Well,
and
together.
I've actually been to some of the drum circles, right? So I've seen these songs be practiced. I've seen that, and honestly, that's one of the factors that this year I think has really put this section together, where it's not just the chavos are the drum line for the 109. Like no. Like they're their own supporter group. They're there adjacent and next to and in conjunction with the locals. And so I really see that kind of coming together. Shout out and want to give them. I think he's a chavo too, right? Nick Duffy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a chavo, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
so, he's a chavo
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
he's
see,
on
you
the
see somebody
Discord.
like Nick Duffy, and that's where I get the juntos because that's how he says it. And you know what?
But he's saying it.
He's saying it. He's
He
saying
does.
it right, and he's doing that extra effort. And I think that 109 really needs to have those people to do that, because what ends up happening is 3, 4, 5, 6 match days from now, you're gonna have people that are gonna burn out. And that's the one thing I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
don't want. And I
Yeah.
hate seeing that. And that's when we have to talk a little bit more shit about, hey, like, o sea, échenle ganas, échenle huevos. ¿Dónde está, güey?
Yeah.
Because then you'll come in and it'll happen. The march, da, 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 ba, ba, then they sit down. Okay, pre-match, whistle, 10 minutes in, everybody's already tired. Because the battery's not there. And then you just have like, it's a hum in the background of just like, and that's what 109 should never be, right? 109 should be loud, should be this. You know what 109 should be? And it's exactly what that Phoenix lady, I don't know if you saw this, Shiva, was talking about. Did you guys see this? Where they're like, the San Diego Loyal fans were very mean to us. They were not nice. They were very rude. They have a chant that is very vulgar. That was obviously the we don't hear a fucking thing. And they were like, oh my God, they were treating us with such disrespect.
What you get for
That's a Kiwi special right there.
It's a Kiwi.
That was the Kiwi special, yeah.
Yeah.
He went a little overboard with that one, but hey,
No, I like that though. I love it, man.
we were excited.
Why
yeah.
not, Bato? Like
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying, and we talk about this a little bit. We don't want people to fear necessarily. Like, ay, güey, esos notas no van a hacer una pinche la corregidora, güey. Like, oh no,
No,
nos van a
no,
matar.
no,
Like,
pero
Nah.
no, like, we
intimidar
want-
sí.
intimidar with the
Hey.
presence, with
Mhm.
with the chance,
Yeah.
with the confidence. Fuck it. If you're losing 2-0, you're still there, and the supporters are gonna be like, maybe we shouldn't cheer as loud because and that's part of the game. And within the 90 minutes, it's intense. Like there has to be a switch.
Yeah.
And I see that from some people in the section, but not all of the people. I've seen a lot of people this past game standing, arms crossed, watching the game silently.
Yeah.
And it's like you get a good view. You really
but
get
what
the
do
best view in the house, but like you have to
What
earn
do
your
we
spot.
do about that?
Can,
What
can
do we
you
do
can
about
you
that?
when it comes to like just how you mentioned you're policing yourself, can that be part of the thing where if you're gonna be at least in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, you have to be chanting, and if you're not, go to the top. Like, are you guys able to like maybe say, hey, like let's come together to an agreement as leadership from Chavos and 109 and locals, but just say, hey, if you see someone, you gotta let them know that they gotta go up there, and if they don't agree and they don't want to go up there, okay, next game, we're making sure that you're not gonna be down there.
Can you rope it off?
Can
You rope off the front 2 rows maybe?
I think we did in the past.
Okay.
I think we did in the past.
like you probably put
I don't
caution
know,
tape,
like
no?
yeah, they put the little caution tape, and so I kind of agree with Remy a little bit sometimes. It's like, it's kind of hard to
Mhm.
to tell people like, hey man, like get up. I mean, I get it, dude. Don't get me wrong. There's some people there that are just like, it's a cheap ticket, man. Like 109 is a
Yeah.
cheap ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They're
like what
just they're there for the party. It's
yeah, they're
good
there for the
atmosphere,
party.
man. You know,
But then be
just
part of the party, right? Don't just be
yeah,
a fly on the wall. Like that's
exactly.
responsibility of being there, and that's a
Yeah.
responsibility where it's unfortunate and in a sense of like you don't really get the full game, and if you want to enjoy that, there's
Yeah.
plenty of other sections for that. Maybe not as cheap, but at least
Yeah.
like get into it, move your arms, like do something.
Yeah.
No mames, o sea, get a flag and wave it in there.
And I see what you guys are talking about, like, being able to police ourselves because yeah, just like, the security part of it, like I think one of the advantages that the MLS teams and like a lot of the other clubs have is that they have their capos in the front.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
they from there you can literally tell people like, hey, you're not doing anything, move up, like you're not doing anything, move up. Um our capos are like right in the middle with the drum.
Yeah.
And it's just like I know I saw Remy in there he was like from the whole like we sounded really well. We
Yes.
sounded really, really
Yes.
good in the first half.
Mhm.
And then I do
Yeah.
I do agree with you, man. It started kind of dying down. And it just that middle part, like the heartbeat, it just kept going, going, going. Everybody else around it just kind of quieted down a little bit, And I don't know if it just comes with the sport. I mean, because you guys know, man, soccer sometimes it's just like there's a lot of moments where it's just like, all right, what's
Yeah.
going on? But
Mhm.
we just gotta keep that energy up. And I don't know if anybody else has any ideas, but I mean, I'm all for it, man.
I mean, if that's an honor that you get to be in the front because you've earned it and then you've done that, and I think even that couple situation, we're having a couple there, and I know like the discussions have been like, well, how do we get the maximum production by putting the drums in the front, putting them in the middle, putting one in the middle, one in the front, one in the back? Like, what's the key there? And I think that maybe just being a little bit more pushy and not necessarily pushy, but just being a little bit like just demanding, like demand that you guys are there, have the respect to be in that section. If you just can't handle it, you know what, sure, but don't be a hindrance. And here's the thing, bodies, carne de burros, no, o sea, no es transparente, pero
Yeah.
tampoco, o sea, amplifica, absorbe. It absorbs the sound. So if you're just standing there, you're not moving, you're not
And
kinetic.
it's
just
it's
muffling.
demanding, but it's also maintaining those expectations, right? Like if you're gonna be in
Expectations,
109, you're expected to be doing this, and if you're not, okay, try to go more to the top, or maybe have rotations where you just, all right, you need a little break. So like my brother said, él está en la masacre y dice que cuando se cansa se va arriba. Porque dice, no,
Sí,
estoy
güey.
embofiado y let me go catch my breath 5 minutes. Okay, I think I'm ready. Let me go grab some water. Okay, I'm ready. Jump back in, right? But not just stand there. And I get it. If you want to, you know when you sign up to a supporters group, right? You're not really gonna fully watch the whole game.
And if you're watching the whole game, you're doing it wrong. Get the fuck out of there.
Go sit in
Straight up.
108. Go sit in one like
Sí.
somewhere else. But if when you sign up to Chavos local, you're most likely not going to get a good sense of what's happening in the game. You're gonna see the team score and you're gonna go freaking crazy. You're gonna follow the chants, but it's gonna be hard to keep up with the whole game, right?
Yeah. Honestly, we're not there to watch the game. We're there to create the atmosphere.
That's right.
We're there to be loud. We're there to be, you know, an opposition to
Mhm.
make
And
the other team uncomfortable. And I mean, if you want to watch the game, go buy another ticket, I guess.
And essentially, the players have talked about this, right? When we ask, like, dude,
Yeah.
what 109, and they always say the same thing. They're our 12th player. They're literally giving us life into this field. So essentially, if you're not doing that, you're essentially, in a way, you're gonna hurt the team.
And it's two ways, right? Like, don't be there to watch the game. Literally, it's even better. Be part of the game. You are part of the game if you're chanting, if you're screaming, if you're jumping, if you're doing everything. As you said, the players, Nate, and everybody will always say it. Guido gave a huge shout out on Instagram for 109, saying like, this is the best that I could ever ask for. Like, you can't ask for nothing more. Maybe he can't, but we can. And I think that's something that if that's the expectation now, because that is the expectation. People know, people in the club, players know. I talked to them at training, like, no, like the supporters group is this and this and this. They told me about it's great and great. That the expectation that this group is great. Let's exceed that expectation. Let's not just stay here because then there's no growth, there's no expansion. And I think especially for the chavos, and don't take this in malamente, but growth is an area where the chavos really need to just work on, and expanding not just the
Yeah.
reach, but just the impact.
No, I noticed that, man, from this past game. It was kind of one of those weird opportunities where a lot of the padrinos were not there, and like Abel was playing the drums and stuff like that, and it it doesn't happen very often, but it was definitely one of those where I was like, okay, cool, like they put me in charge of stuff. All right, cool. Let me see what I can do, right? Um, and it's a little different, man. And yeah, I agree with you, man. It's like I saw a lot of kids out there that were like, wow, you could tell they were interested,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, maybe we could start having a Chavos ambassador or something like that, or and
Yeah.
like, and I do agree with you too, man. We just like to get that 109 going. Maybe we should load up the first like 2-3 rows and
Yeah.
just have all the people there, have the drums in the back, and then everything was kind of fill out, right? I think the main thing that people were afraid of was that our section was going to look smaller if we all sat in the front, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the more people you have going, maybe the section will start filling up by itself.
That's true. I mean, that there are things, and it's the difficult part, right? Like, there is another group that is in there as well.
Hmm.
So how are those conversations going? Are those conversations being had? Obviously, there's members that are part of both. Sam, part of both. Nick, part of both. And we keep mentioning these same names, but like,
Yeah.
how do we? How are we connecting with that? Are these conversations being had? What can help? Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, no, we are. I mean, those conversations they're had. I mean, right now the big thing was getting the drums. The first things first, right? Get that beat, like get that el sonido, man, get that sound, down. Things, and from there it kind of snowballs down. Um, I mean, we're having the meetings are there. I mean, they're like the practices are there, and now it's just really more like, okay, we got the drums down. Now, how do we get the people more involved, right? And it's like it's one of those things that we don't want to. I don't think it should really be on just the leadership and the drum people's shoulders. It's like, and on top of that too, like like what Remy was talking about, man. If you want to be a part of this, man, go to the practice, go, check it out, do something. We gotta start, I guess, making it more of a like more inviting for people to come out to the drum circle, to kind of learn the chants. But yeah, I mean, maybe just start putting our best foot forward. And I mean, by that meaning our loudest people forward, right? We do have to start having those conversations because right now
Yeah.
the drums, that's the one thing you can hear on TV. Now we got to get that voice out there too.
You want to have it now, right?
Yeah.
It's early in the season still.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. I mean, we have a couple games off. I mean, we might be able to practice in between then.
hmm
Watch parties. All that stuff.
and
So
have the conversations at watch parties, right?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
people are gonna get together. Just no better place than to actually watch your team and
Yeah.
have a couple beers and talk about
yeah,
everything.
pero pónganse los huevos y los ovarios and have the
yeah.
conversations. Like,
True.
No, that's
don't
the
be
see.
pussyfooting about like, oh, pues no, pues this and this. Like,
Yeah.
again, like a section of last episode was like, oh well, they have the chavos, we got the locals, and we have the rainbows, and
The
this is
fiends.
one dude. And sabes que, like, I'd love to help the dude, but nos ayuda, and we're always down to help expand as well, but let's have those difficult conversations. And I think at this point we've had relationships with a lot of the people that are important, that can um, really make an impact in these conversations, and just not pussyfoot around it, and be respectful about it, and let's take everything out of it. O sea, don't give anybody a reason to be like, oh, pues pinches chavos, pinches machistas, que no sé qué, they're just stubborn, they don't listen, they don't this. On the other side, no, pues pinches güeros, hijos de su chingada madre, que tampoco hacen esto, que tampoco hacen lo otro. Like, o sea,
No hacen esto,
like,
no hacen
like,
nada.
no,
Oh
exactly.
wow.
Like, have those conversations, and be constructive
It's
about
gonna
it.
be uncomfortable, but the
Yeah,
most uncomfortable conversations are the most productive ones.
100%.
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah.
So we'll have an opportunity to have some of those conversations if people want to go ahead and join the chavos in the watch party that they're going to be having a little bit coming up a little bit here on Saturday. That's going to be in National City, actual National City. None of this Hicimos una canchita in Lincoln Acres. Cabrones, Lincoln Acres is not a national city, and I will fight anybody who decides that it is.
I thought it was.
It's
I
not.
thought it was.
No,
So-
Nope.
Tony versus Remy. I kind of
what
want
is
to see
that?
this shit
It's
go down.
an incorporated. It's an unincorporated
wrestle.
part of the city. So
they had those
Wow.
gingerbread houses. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like those
Wow.
old school like gingerbread lemon farm houses.
So actually, there's legend in National City lore that that's actually a little people village that is in National City. So like in,
Get
in
outta
middle
here.
school and high school and elementary, it's like, oh, have you seen the little people village? Like what? Yeah, it's little people. They have these little houses and it's very cute. They all
Culeros.
come out. Like neta? Oh, okay.
Just mamón.
No,
Oh, mames, that's not true. Man.
it's not.
Teníamos
It's
algo
not.
así.
Jalan.
I know, but we had
Okay.
teníamos algo like similar in Chula Vista. Was era the cartoon house. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that one. It's down. It was supposedly down by Pepperdine Pepperdine Avenue.
Mhm.
Y que se quemó y que no sé qué. Que era un artista para Disney that went crazy and he killed his family and burned the house. And it was like, it was all kinds
I've
of
heard
weird
of
stuff.
that. Heard of
dude.
that.
But I never got a chance to go down there, man. But apparently that's where all the like all the high schoolers went, like on the weekend and stuff like that, because it was super scary. And yeah, I mean,
It's that
Wow.
and then Proctor Valley Road. That's a
Proctor
scary,
Valley Road,
scary
yeah.
South Bay shit, homie.
oh, dude,
You ever
There's
done the
so much
Proctor Valley Road, guys?
no, I never been to
No.
Proctor Valley.
See that?
Oh no, wait,
What?
no, sí, allá por Bonita, ¿verdad? Por the
Yeah.
ranch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way deep out there.
Dude, that
By
place
the
is scary,
by the
man.
reservoir, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
See way? Oh,
that is a scary drive at night, man, because there's like no
not
lights
No, nada.
Next Chelas con Chavos. Let's do it out there. Let's go.
Let's do it.
in the middle of Sweetwater
car
Valley
pod.
nature field.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, so there's going to be a watch party this upcoming
Saturday.
game is an away match over in Sacramento for San Diego Loyal. But Saturday, you can go ahead and find everybody for the watch party at Que Burros, Keburros, Que Burros in National City. Great food. And there's also going to be a special. It's going to be cubetas de chelas, $22. And if
6 beers.
6 beers, that is a great deal. And I mean,
Yeah.
what's better than watching soccer and cubetas? You know, we were lit up by somebody who was telling us, no, well, not everybody grew up with chavo. Not everybody knows what this is. Not everybody this. Everybody knows that soccer and cubetas de chelas go hand in hand. There's no arguing that, right?
Wee wees.
Unless you're going sober for other
Oh,
reasons,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
can have yourself a Sprite.
The Sprite.
Una
Sprite.
agüita.
Horchata.
Una Sprite.
Una
Una horchata está bien. But then shirts are also going to be available for pickup, right, guys?
Yeah, all the shirts that were ordered that were not able to be picked up in the first couple of matches at Deft, yeah, you can pick them up there as well.
And then I know we're going to give a scarf update as well, but April 1st, there's also going to be another watch party up in Tap Room in North Park for the Phoenix game. Is there anything that may be happening at the watch party as well?
I've never been to that one. I don't know if there's any specials or not. I've never been to Tap Room. I heard it's really cool. I don't know if Remy's been there or not.
It's nice, yeah. It's really nice, but I don't think we know about the specials yet.
Okay,
I think
Yeah.
it's too early for that. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. And then
yeah.
scarves. I'm waiting for my scarf. Tony's waiting for his scarf. Everyone's waiting for their scarves. What's the
Everybody.
update there?
They have been placed. They have been ordered and stuff like that. Well, hopefully we'll get them, here pretty soon. But just wanted to let everybody know. I know everybody asked, like, is the scarf coming soon? Is the scarf coming soon? Yeah, it's like we got the orders in. Collect the money. We're good to go, and we'll keep everybody posted on IG whenever they're available. It might be at a Def site. It might be at an away watch party. So, just keep an eye out for that.
Maybe you don't know the exact date, but will people maybe be able to have those scarves for the April 5th game at San Diego State for the Open Cup game?
I am not sure. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. If not, at
Stay
least for the
tuned.
next home game at Torero,
Yeah.
April 8th. That'd be cool. Hopefully that does happen.
I don't want Jeanette to kick my ass. So I won't say
No,
anything.
las madrinas te dan una
Las
pinche
madrinas.
madrina,
Don't mess
güey.
with the
No,
madrinas. Yeah,
sí.
dude.
Madrinazo.
100%. But yeah, so we talked about that. Make sure that you also check out the Discord and get involved with Chavos. If you want to get involved with this movement, San Diego Loyal, support it. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive from whether you're a part of another supporter group, but you can always go on to the Google's Doc, and this is how easy it is to become part of the Chavos de Loyal. Here's the membership form if you're interested in becoming it. You also have the links here for the Instagram for Chavos right here. Boom, boom, boom. Who is Chavo? Kind of the theme that we've kind of gone into a little bit, but make sure you do that, get those numbers up, because it's really a reflection of us, of all of us in this community. Like we say we want representation, but then you don't show up. Like you gotta do both. Like it's part of it, right? Like el que habla, o sea, no avanza.
Yeah, and that's that membership comes with the Brujos membership too. I mean, it's just like it's a little bit of everything, man. You're just part of a family.
Yeah, and Brujos, right? Like you guys were everywhere this last Sunday.
Papi
like
Chavo getting his ring. Papi thing.
Like what is
That
that?
was badass.
What's that
Did you
like,
see
man?
that?
That's sick,
Holy
man.
man.
That was a beautiful ring. Yeah.
Like you see that shit, and then you're like, oh, shit, man, I want to go to Brujos now and maybe do something with that.
We just took a job with soccer just to get a chance to get a ring, just like Papi Chavo.
Papi Chavo just said, all I gotta do is play my drums, dog.
I like this picture better, actually.
Yeah, heck yeah. In and out, the ring.
Hey.
Yeah. Oof.
I bet you he got that sweater for free too.
We
don't even have gear for them.
Fucking work for the team.
I've only had a chance to go to maybe like 2 games. I don't know how many Remy's been to, but this past Sunday was like left the Loyal straight to Sports Arena.
Yeah.
And it's like I had to buy a ticket, but then Remy got there and he had an extra one for me.
Sick.
My bad, bro. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay, man.
I told you before. Yeah. No, but those games are super fun. It's completely different from the Loyal games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just get a different feeling when I'm there. Like, we talk a lot of crap to the goalie.
100%.
We're super loud. There's nobody else in that league that has something like us, like the Brujos. And I think we're very proud of that. It's a beautiful thing, man.
That's one thing I miss.
Indoor game, man.
If we rápido, it's in our blood. That's one thing I miss is talking shit to the goalkeepers. Like,
yeah,
now I can't because I work for the club. But Maldovinos from Chihuahua, ese nano, ese vato, o sea, like, bro, I got into that guy's head so much. Oh man, maybe. Well, I can't playoffs if they make it all the way. We're doing commentary for them.
No, you can't talk shit, dude. Like, nos corren.
Me pongo la máscara de Pentagón de octagón que tengo.
I think the second to last goal, that you could see the Empire goalie just go like, he went like this because he's like, I can't hear anything.
Yeah,
that's good.
But I think the Empire goalie actually was trying to tell the guy that was covering the wall or something like that, and the guy was like too far to the left, and it was a free shot to goal, man, and you could just hear you could see the guy turn around just start pointing in his ears like, and the goalie was just kind of ripping him a new one, man. But it's just like, we'll take credit for that shit.
And it's possible to do it indoors. It's possible to do it outdoor as well. You've seen it before where players in other leagues, they go, dude, I can't hear shit. Like, it's loud. So it is possible. But, gentlemen, is there anything you guys want to add at all?
Plug something. M Cakes. Shout out M Cakes.
Shout out M Cakes, yeah.
Thank you. Actually, I would like to, I know I've actually talked to Remy about this before. Like, I would like to get some sort of like, being a small business owner, stuff like that. I have noticed that there's a lot more places that I haven't been able to visit yet.
Yeah.
With March Madness coming around or actually just happening right now, like it'd be cool to get some sort of, competition going with like maybe like a California burrito or like tacos or something like that. Like,
bro,
I don't know if anybody would be interested in that.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. No, like that, the burrito bet. Nothing like a good old San Diego burrito bet. Like,
that's right.
Oh, so actually, and this is something I've been working on the side. I haven't really told anybody from local chavos. I've loyal, like I know they'll like it. So I have a compa que tiene una minivan. O sea, no es compa, lo conocí, lo saw on Instagram, pero vende burritos. Cuando te digo burritos, ¿qué es lo que piensas? Siendo mexicano. O sea, siendo mexicano, none of this Americanized California fucking burritos. What size? If you show me how big a burrito is with your hands. O sea, un burrito mexicano. Yeah.
De que vi las...
Yeah, una madrecita. Like, o sea, that's
una tortilla de harina regular. Regular size.
Simón, las de la línea, güey.
Exactamente. So, what do you guys think about? I'm trying to push this to be part of the food over at San Diego Loyal. Es un vato que vende burritos, güey. Vende burritos, tiene de carnes, tiene de bistec, tiene de
Chorizo con
chorizo con
papa.
papa, tiene de machaca, tiene de chicharrón, tiene de tocino con huevo, tiene, o sea, and they're already made.
Y la salsa verde.
Compras,
Que no falta.
compras 3 por 10 bolas.
Oof.
3
Man, I'm
por
down
10,
for that, man.
right?
Yeah,
I'm down
sounds
for
Right?
good.
that. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I
Like,
mean, I don't know,
sounds
man.
good.
If you can bust out some tacos de canasta, también that'd be freaking cool too.
bro, like,
No, but the burrito would be freaking. That would be so clutch, man.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, el vato dice que hace todas las mañanas, shout out, it's the burrito guy. Oh, what is it? Yeah,
Instagram? Yeah.
on Instagram, yeah. He so good. So us. He is located at the Stars and Stripes gas station off of Main Street in Chula Vista off the 805. Like that's how real we're
That's lit.
talking about. Like,
Hell yeah. That sounds like a good burrito though, shit.
vato, like, ¿sabes
Un,
qué?
un combo con soda de 50 pesos o qué pedo.
Aceptamos pesos. Hell yeah. Mira nomás. O sea,
Hell
esos son los
yeah.
burritos, papi.
Oh yeah.
Con la
Those are
salsita. Ujú. Ese vato es el que lo
Dude,
vende.
that's
Mira,
perfect, man.
eating
Mira
his own
nomás.
supply.
Dude, that is.
Chorizo burrito.
Y con la coquita. Sí, bien, o sea,
Oh,
a la coquita a las 7 de la mañana doesn't get
Remy,
any
no de
better.
esa coquita, cabrón.
la otra way.
Tranquilo,
Ah,
viejo,
bueno.
tranquilo.
Shout out to him. También
No,
buenos
that'd be a good
burritos.
idea, man. I would love that, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, I would buy so many. I'd probably like just start stuff in my pockets and then like head out
Oh,
to the 109 eat one like
Right.
in between the mat. Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Because
that's
it's a
perfect.
quick eat.
Yeah, y que
But-
pongas, le había visto en la camioneta que tenga. Ese lo puedes poner atrás of 109, right behind 109. And
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
oh, like, okay. This
You
is
know
my-
what I would do?
Uh-huh.
I would start singing. I would build up an appetite, buy a burrito. Once I don't want to sing anymore, I'll walk up the stairs. I'll eat my burrito, enjoy the game a little bit, then I'll walk back down.
Bro,
Porque hasta sabemos que esos burritos fríos, they still smack, dude. They
I know,
still
they
good,
still
bro.
do.
Like,
sí,
shit.
güey. Because, I mean,
No, man.
you
Not
got,
como el
I think
aluminio
they're
to keep
better.
it warm, you know? Like,
I think
Wait.
they're better cold.
güey, ¿alguien conoce a Johnny?
tortas Johnny.
¿De Torta
No,
Johnny, güey?
no,
Like, we need
no.
to...
Jálense,
Otro, güey.
jálense las
We need
tortas
some
Johnny.
tortas over there too, man.
Well, they had the torpasta, and that went out of business, and so it's not even a thing. It's literally pasta inside a virote, and people love that shit. That's why I'm like,
But
Yeah.
burritos would sell. Like, burritos would sell, and as soon as the non-raza, like, a burrito, oh my god, this is so small. Three for $10. Oh my god, what a deal! What a steal! You know, like, what is this? They open it, they'll
Let me go buy
eat it
5
right
more.
up. Yeah, let's go 5
yeah,
more.
Yeah.
Carol, do you want some? But no, I'm gonna work on that. Okay, cool.
Oh,
And
shit.
then, oh man, just the way they like the tortilla kind of gets with all the steam and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is the third podcast I record in 2 days, and two I've had the same question. I don't know if you gentlemen may have the answer. ¿Por qué vergas hubo un pinche mariachi en el domingo? ¿Qué celebramos?
No, ¿sabes
Domingo?
qué? No, that's the second time I've seen a mariachi.
We've seen them there
We've
before.
seen them before,
100%.
but there's usually
Yeah.
some
Pero-
sort of like
Pero
something, but...
it's tied with some. ¿Qué? No
¿Es
es,
tu cumpleaños, Remy, o qué pedo?
no es febrero, el día de la bandera, no es día de la Constitución, no es el
Nada,
20 de
güey.
noviembre, no es, o sea, es el cumpleaños de Benito Juárez a lo mejor, pero no. ¿Quién verga sabe de qué es el cumpleaños de Benito Juárez, güey? Pinche Benito
Nadie,
Juárez
güey.
is my 10 peso president, back when he was on the 10 peso bill.
And the nuevo peso.
Yes.
Who
I don't
knows?
know, man.
Who knows?
But yeah.
Honestly, so I know the mariachi that was there.
Mhm.
Because they're from South Bay actually. They're from
Dope.
I think they're from IB or something like that, or San Isidro.
Dude, I think one of them
Um,
is my neighbor, bro.
Yeah, Mariachi Torres and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I think the main guy actually they ended up moving to Las Vegas, but I think last week I saw the guy with the trompeta. He was at the field too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
They
so
took
that's what they're doing now. That's going to be the intro, I guess, for every home game instead of the Mandalorian. Boom, 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 and the
I wanted the Toro song. Was it that? Yeah, that'd be the Toro de Tijuana one.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Mhm.
That'd be
Hey,
pretty
maybe
sweet.
we'll slip in a music sheet in front of him. Be like, "Oh, what's this? What am I doing?" Just
Try
play
this instead,
naturally.
bro. We'll have Alan with it. Alan used to be a music teacher, so
El super buenazo, Alan. I love it. But gentlemen, anything else for Chelas con Chavos as far as Chavos goes? Anything that we missed? Anything that we need to plug? Anybody that, if you want to be found, want to tell them where they can find you?
I
Well,
can't be
for
found.
no, Remy can't be found.
Hell yeah.
You'll see him. You'll see him around.
You'll
Right
see
now,
him,
for
man.
us,
He's there.
Incógnito la verga.
When
He's
you
there.
see me, you see me. That's all.
that's all it is.
I'll just
No, so we've been kind of like I think the one thing we've been kind of like wanted to tell people from the get go too. I know like the madrinas have been mentioning this is like is for all the new folks that are coming into the chavos and stuff like that. You know, you like. I mean, I know it's not easy sometimes introducing yourself to a group or kind of going up, right? Being on Discord is one thing, being on the keyboard's another thing. But in person, I mean, I know a lot of people sometimes like, they get not anxiety, but sometimes you get a little bit shy. Like honestly, dude, come on out to Def, wherever we're at. If we're hanging out somewhere else, if you see us making plans on Discord, just show up, man. We're always more than happy to, to have new members of the family come in. And I mean, I met Remy the first time at this when they opened up Snapdragon.
Mhm.
That was the first time I ever actually met him in person, but I talked to him on Discord before, and I was like, "Oh man, this guy's way bigger than I thought he was." Man. I was like, "This is good to have. This is good to have on our crew, man." Like, I don't feel so. Yeah, it's not just Kevin anymore. Right now, we got to hit this guy
That's
too. So
right.
it's like, all right, cool.
Kevin, ¿qué, güey? Ya le dije al Kevin, el día que quiera. El día que quiera. Aquí estoy, papi.
Yeah.
Nah, he's cool, dude.
Se armen los chingadazos.
Putazos.
Hey, si tenemos un club de boxeo, si quieren.
Ahí está, güey.
That actually be pretty cool.
Entrale.
Ustedes, yo no
Actually,
peleo.
no.
Yo no peleo.
Pinche pacifista.
Yeah, lover.
No, that's great. No, I really love that. This is exactly what you want, right? Organically, people joining and coming into it, and hopefully, this is an outlet to where people be like, okay, well, what is this? What are we here? What are the chavos? This is where it's about. Check out anything and everything Chavos de Loyo related on their Instagram, Twitter. Become a member because that's how you can get most involved. The Discord is active. Mucha gente activa. Remy. I was thinking Remy. Like the only two Remys I know is el pinche ratón y Martin. Remy, el Ratatouille, güey. No se llama Ratatouille, güey. Se llama Remy, güey.
El Remy, sí, cierto.
El pinche Ratatouille.
¿Cuál, güey?
Qué película chingona, güey.
Sí,
That
güey.
movie's dope as
Eso.
heck, man. That movie's great.
My favorite movie.
But yeah, man, really appreciate you guys stopping by. This is going to be
Sure,
coming
bro.
out. And again, let us know what you guys think. If you want to be on Chelas con Chavos, hit up Miguel. Hit up anybody in leadership and Discord. You guys know where to find them. Remy, para la otra vez te quitó tener, güey. Ahí vas a
Se
estar.
invita para ti, perro.
Invítame.
Estoy invitando, güey.
No,
We just can't find you anywhere, dog.
We can't find you, bro.
Sure, man. I'll give you my phone number next time I see you.
Ay, güey.
Ay.
Ay,
We'll
güey.
get him on a
Pero
we'll
¿cuál
get him
es,
on a day that's not after match day para que hable bien.
Yeah, but...
Sí,
cuál es tu
güey.
lada, güey? Para hablarte, güey.
No, en Cherry me está dando pedo, güey.
No, güey.
¿Cómo, güey?
¿Cuál es tu lada, güey? Or do I need to get the little chiquita
Manda-
bonita phone cards that
manda-
we used to?
Manda un pájaro, güey.
WhatsApp.
Pájaro.
Oh, papi.
Oh, shit.
Smoke
I'll
signals.
give you
No,
my
el
phone
Revita,
number next
invítalo a
time.
Hong Kong, güey.
Nah, ya.
Nah,
Ese no, ya
no,
no,
güey. Todavía está triste de las delitas, güey.
Chinga.
It's all good. Pour one
Oh,
out, bro.
No me digas.
All right, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and this episode of Chelas con Chavos. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you coming on down very soon. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, guys.